How'd you like to be the guy on the floor?
I wouldn't. Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Saw 10 is blowing up in the movie theaters right now. I believe as of this recording, it is #1 at the box office. And from what I've been seeing, it's been getting really great reviews. So we decided we would go and do a reaction video, not to Saw 10, but to the original Saw short film, the one that came out in 2003. Call it Saw 0. Right? That's before #1. I think that's a good title for it. I am Darby Ellis Lewis Wilson. This is Chris Anonymous. Chris, have you seen all of the Saw movies?
No. I think I've seen Saw 2, and like parts of like 4 or 5, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, I think that's enough to like get the gist of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
I've seen all of them. I've seen all the Saws, Jigsaw. I just watched Spiral.
That intrigued me. How was Spiral?
Terrible. It was pretty bad.
All right.
My favorite part is Chris Rock. They try and make him look young for a flashback scene, and to do that, they put a backwards hat on him, which I think is kind of funny because I think they do that in one of the Saws to make Jigsaw look young too. It's like young people wear backwards hats.
Yes, they do.
But so let's get into this. It came out in 2003. The reason we're doing this is because many horror films start off as short films. So if you're an aspiring filmmaker, take note of this. If you have a big idea in your head, maybe make a short film first. We're trying it. And so maybe we can learn some things from this. Chris, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Saw 0. All right.
I'd like to see Saw.
Let me back it up a little bit here. All right. Here we go. Reaction video. Okay. Sorry. First off, starting there, did you recognize any of those sounds?
It sounded like American Horror Story.
It's so I believe over the static that is a 9 Inch Nails song.
It has a 9 Inch Nails vibe. Yeah.
Screaming Slave, but then it goes into a Tool song, Dire Von Satan.
Oh,
the one where he's giving like the recipe for brownies.
I thought it was carrot cake, but yeah, that one.
Whatever it is, I don't speak German, but yeah. So very interesting intro, fits. All right, let's keep going. It's all washed out. It's all gray, very flat. Mm-hmm. This guy must have been a victim.
Tell me what happened, David. In detail.
Those photos don't have enough detail in them.
I want to hear it from you in your words from the beginning.
Looks like the Texas Chainsaw remake. The way they show evidence.
I just finished my shift at the hospital. I was going home.
Oh. Rave. Just got done at the hosptal, ready to go party.
David,
right?
I am. They're coming with me.
Get on the babes.
They kill you, you know.
Yeah, living's overrated.
Oh, living's overrated. There's the core thought, the core Saw theme. I've been there. Sorry, pause. I just was thinking about this the other day while I was standing at an elevator. Is it super weird to just stand right in front of an elevator with it right in front of your face?
Yeah, I would be back like 3 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe to the side.
But I do it all the time. And my dog does it when she like wants outside. She goes and stares directly at the door. I don't know why people do that. Very interesting. Doesn't have anything to do with Saw. I just think it's funny. That's why he's gonna die. Oh wait, I guess he doesn't die. That's why he gets knocked out.
After that, nothing.
What do you do at the hospital?
Looks like he got away.
I'm a glorified janitor.
Relatively.
Yeah, he hasn't
Free.
cut off his arms at least.
Yeah.
Do you have any enemies there?
Spies have enemies. I'm an orderly.
So you have no clue why anyone would want to do this to you?
No,
We know living's overrated.
I'm nothing.
It's interesting that he's still smoking afterwards.
He didn't learn a thing.
I don't know
Right.
why.
You would think that he would
Whoever
either
did this to me, picked
not
me.
be smoking and then start, or smoke and then stop.
Maybe he did something else that to warrant getting sawed. Maybe
Yeah, I
smoking.
the idea if life is overrated and he's smoking and yeah, it's going to kill you, blah blah blah, and then he comes out of this near brush with death. You would think that he would have some kind of new lease on life, and you would visually think like him getting offered a cigarette and then turning it down would be like a quick, easy visual representation.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's living for today now.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
Maybe.
just
I don't know.
interesting.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
All right, let's go.
But they did.
What do you remember next?
And it's almost just in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up.
And green. Very big change in color.
Yeah.
It's all cross-eyed. That right there, that looks a little silly. He's got the what? So I was reading
Not
up
again.
on this. I passed out again. I was reading up on this a little bit, and this is like the reverse. It's called the reverse bear trap, I guess, where I think it's going to like tear his mouth open or something. I guess.
Oh yeah, it's gonna rip his head in half. Yeah. It's gross.
I guess this is real. Like they actually made this for this short film, like in the actual movie, I guess, where they have it. Like, it's just a prop, but this, like, I think actually functions. So it was actually really dangerous to use. So method.
All right. Yeah.
Method acting.
Yeah. This wasn't the first actor they had in the role. All right, man. You ready?
but really, I mean, this is super iconic, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
What have we seen before? Kind of this shot here, like this, rusty old sort of gadgetry on someone's face. It looks like a Marilyn Manson music video or something.
Yeah. It looks like 90s Manson video. It also has like that, like over the top kind of like nightmarish version of a dentist type thing. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Just that quality of like, I don't know, turn of the century technology where it was big and like not streamlined to look
like
safe.
Like the halos or whatever they're called. Like if you broke your back, like it had to like attach to your head,
right?
And to your back is like this full body apparatus.
Yeah,
like braces, right?
Nope.
This is what braces looked like in the 50s.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. Oh, you're in for it, buddy. Total music video. I can hear the beautiful people being played over this.
Or about a dozen other alt rock songs.
Closer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary. Has this happened before in movies? Like, did Saw make the whole like waking up in a room and then like a TV turning on popular? Like, is this a really original thing, or is it a really not original thing?
If it wasn't original, it overtook it, because this is all I can think of that does it. There might be some other obscure horror movies that do it, but like things that come to mind, this is it. It's also interesting that like Jigsaw's pretty much like hasn't changed from the short film. That's very, very close to how he is.
They didn't invent it, but they sure perfected it.
There you go.
Right.
Hello, David. You don't know me, but I know you.
That's definitely a different voice.
I want to play a game. I'll give you a demonstration of what happens if you lose. The device you are wearing is hooked into your upper and lower jaws. When the timer at the back goes off, your mouth will be ripped permanently open. Think of it like a reverse bear trap.
Reverse bear trap.
Man.
There it is.
What they should have called the movie.
I'll show you.
Bear trap. Oh, there's a fart. So that's probably why they had to have it actually work, is they had to like use the same prop.
There's only one key to open the device.
It's a quick way to establish stakes like that.
Yeah. Yeah, to see what's going on, like what your fate will be, or potentially will be. All right, yeah, let's keep going.
The stomach of your dead cellmate. Look around, David. Know that I'm not lying. Live or die. Make your choice.
Make your choice. But living's overrated, right?
And so then the twist is
that's so music video right there.
So music video.
Oh, and speaking of which, here comes the Tool again. Tool music. I don't know if I should pause it because of copyright. Like I think that's what they do in these videos, so you can't get a copyright strike. But yeah, I mean, total 90s music video. I mean, a total 90s rock band comes in. I think we know where the major influence for this imagery has come from.
Yep. Well, even the idea of the stop motion kind of puppet.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they have copyright issues too, because they had to cut it short.
That after the timer started, that's when you saw the body.
All right, so this person has a key in their stomach that he's got to dig out. That's very Saw.
But it's there. He was told he was dead, but I'm guessing the twist is that he's actually still alive.
Yeah. Oh, the Riddler is here. Does this guy have a belly button piercing?
He will in a second.
Oh, yeah, he's alive. So, sorry. The whole choice is kind of whether or not you value life, right? Like choose, live or die. So you're like choosing your own life over someone else's. I mean, couldn't you like show that you really value life by like not wanting to kill another person and allowing yourself to be killed?
Yes. Yep. But then there's the default idea of survival.
Yeah.
And what will you do to live? So it just exploits that gray morality there, and then like, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, it's like a pretty primal instinct, right? To survive.
Right. Well, and
Self-preservation.
it starts out like he's already convinced himself that he wants to do it because he assumes that the person's dead, like he said. So it's not really moral as opposed to just gross. I mean, there is some morality there, but it's mainly just like, okay, you got to do this gross thing to live. And so he's already convinced himself of that. And now that he's already kind of taken a step down that path, that's when he's like, finds out he's alive. And then it becomes less a gross out thing. Well, it's still gross, but it's more that moral conundrum.
It's sort of like he's an object in motion now, and does his willpower, is it strong enough to stop the motion? Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, the basic premise of Saw is like this. It feels very visceral, and it's an immediate thing. You're like, there's no good solution.
Right. Well, unless you're a surgeon, maybe you could get it out without killing the person. But let's see. He is a nurse.
Find out. Yeah, he's a nurse. He might know what to do.
How'd you like to be the guy on the floor?
I wouldn't. Yeah.
He wasn't dead, he just couldn't move.
You cut open someone that was still breathing.
I know.
Hey man, I had a reverse bear trap on my face.
Yeah.
What happened after you found the key?
So, are we gonna see it? So, we don't see him actually like cutting in, so that this is like a more or a less gory version of Saw, right? And the other ones, they would have shown him like digging in and getting in them guts and pulling it out.
Well, the first Saw, though, I mean, they did show a lot of stuff, but it wasn't nonstop. It was the exclamation point and used to heighten, as opposed to like some of the others where it just feels like an onslaught.
Yeah. Well, I think we're seeing like what the core imagery of Saw is supposed to be, and it's the weird gadgets, right? Not necessarily the blood. That's like icing on the cake for gore hounds.
Right. Yep.
All right. Let's see if he gets it off in time. He does. Oh. Same, bro. Oh. I'd still be screaming. So this might be an even more important part of the franchise, that imagery.
Congratulations, David. You are still alive. Most people are so ungrateful to be alive. But not you.
There it is.
Not anymore.
Look at him. He looks super grateful to be alive.
Are you grateful, David?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out. Oh, there's the bathroom. I think you see in the actual Saw movie.
Yeah.
Oh, someone was watching the entire time. The Peeping Tom movie. And then we have the credits here. I'm gonna let these play. I'm gonna turn down the volume some. Hopefully that turns it down for everybody else. But yeah, I think that they did a pretty smart thing by picking. Essentially by picking not only the gadgets, right, but also the jigsaw puppet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is what,
Yeah,
is what
it
you
feels
call it?
like they had the concept from the get-go. It feels like that it was already solidified in their mind, the aesthetic they wanted, the imagery they wanted, the themes they were exploring, and it just feels like each iteration of the film keeps kind of exploring that in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think like this goes across the board in film, but specifically in horror is imagery. You want strong images that are going to stick in your audience's mind. So, I mean, Freddy Krueger with the claw, Jason with the mask. I mean, those are things that, I mean, you could draw very simply, right? Like they are literally icons.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want that in your movie. And I think that was probably the smartest thing that they did, was creating things that could be relatively iconic. I think it's probably hard to draw like medical gadgets.
Yeah, I mean, we have talked, maybe not on the show, but with each other many a times about you want a good bad guy, a good monster, right? Iconic, and a weapon, a great weapon.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, like those are two like horror essentials. And you look at like the classic ones you just named, and they have Jigsaw, and they have the crazy contraptions, right? And it was just when they conceived it, it's such a smart concept for a horror franchise, because it could go anywhere. You know, your imagination was the limit of like, what crazy kind of devices can we make?
Right.
The other interesting thing. Oh, go ahead.
Well, they also back it up with kind of a interesting philosophy to ruminate on long after you see the film. The whole live or die, do you appreciate life? We don't really get it in this, but I think in the other films, the basic premise behind the victims is that they're all kind of terrible people in some way, and so they have to like learn how to like actually care about life in some way. You know, we don't get it for the nurse. All we know is that he smokes.
yeah, that, you know, you can only do so much in a short film, but yeah, it just feels like it's a recipe that's gonna work, whether it's an amazing film each time out. That's not here or there. It's still a cake. It might not be the best tasting cake, but every time you put these things together, you're getting cake.
Yeah.
So it's interesting also that like they've all went to theaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
no straight to video releases.
Right.
And
what other horror franchise can you say that there are 10 films that all went straight to theaters?
Right.
I mean, what, Scream's at 6?
Yeah. I think all the Friday the 13th went to theaters.
Did they?
All the Freddy's, all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, I think have gone to theater, except New Nightmare. New Nightmare may have been a home release.
I think it went to theater.
But,
so yeah.
Well, I
but
think a lot of them have like maybe at least short theater runs. But these movies are like, you know, 30 years old too.
Right. Right. Well, but this is also, I mean, what, 20 years old?
2003. How long?
2023.
Yeah, that's 20 years. So dang.
10 films, 20 years, all to theaters. And, you know, I think it's definitely been a roller coaster ride of like fan and critic appreciation, which ones they liked more, which ones they liked less. And probably some diminishing returns on some of those films, but not enough to not keep going.
Yeah.
And this one is kind of blowing up. So,
yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we better cut it off here. We just want to make kind of a short reaction video and give you guys maybe something different from what else you're going to be getting from all the Saw news that will be coming out, I think, within this coming week. So hopefully you got something out of this. If you're an aspiring filmmaker or you just like weird movies, hey, click that subscribe button and come hang out with us as we take a journey through weird, campy, low-budget cult classic movies. I'm Darby Ellis Lewis Wilson. This is Chris Anonymous. We're compelled by Schlock, and we will see you somewhere in the future. Bye, everybody.
I am compelled by Schlock.